Good morning, everyone. Sorry for inconvenience. From last few days, I am not able to take classes due to some personal reason. Then, from today onwards, I will continue my further classes. Okay. In last class, we completed with uh, the first chapter, that is chemical reactions and equations, and the next chapter of your chemistry, that is acids, bases, and salts. Okay, the very important and very interesting chapter of your chemistry, that is acids, bases, and salt. Okay, before going to the chapter, yes, as we know that in our day-to-day life, we come across the variety of food. Yes or no? Yes, of course, we come across the variety of food. In those food, some are sour in taste, some are bitter in taste, some are sweet in taste, and some are salty in taste. Okay, when you eat the food, we feel some are sour, some are bitter, some are sweet, or some are salt. Okay, then that's why the taste is like that. Okay, what it indicates, why when the food is sour, what it indicates, when the food is bitter or sweet or salty, what it indicates. Is there any classification based on that? Yes, of course, based on the chemical property of compound or the substance, we are classifying those as a mainly three groups. Those groups are nothing but first one is acids, second one is bases, and the third one is salts. Okay, then based on the chemical properties, based on the compound, based on the chemical property of compound or substance, we classify the substance as a three. One is acid, and one is base, and the one more is salt. Okay, then what do you mean by this acid, and what do you mean by salt, and what do you mean by base? Okay, now we will discuss one by one. And one more, I told that some are sweet in nature. Okay, those are comes under sugars. Okay, you will study those sugars in your higher class. Okay. In this class, the only that is acids, bases, and what salts. Then what is acid and what is base, or what is salt? The rough definition, or by taking the taste, sour, bitter, or salty, we will classify acid, base, and salt. But the other definition, the particular definition in the chemistry way, we will discuss in further classes. But in this class, only the rough definition of acids, base, and salts depending on the taste. Then now come towards the definition of acids, base, and salt. These definitions based on the taste. Okay, then the first definition of acids are the substance which are sour in taste. Okay, the substance which are sour in taste. Okay, when you touch when you touch any substance to your tongue, if it feel as a sour, then it should contain the chemical, that is acid. Okay, which feel the substance which are sour in taste, that substance is nothing but the acids. Okay, then the substance which are bitter in taste. Okay, when you feel this substance is a bitter, then that substance is nothing but a base. Okay, then when you add acid and base, the compound is formed, that the compound is nothing but the salt. Because of that, the definition is the substance which formed from the acids and base, we can call it as a salt. Or the substance which which feel like a salty, your table salt. Okay, which whatever the salt you used to prepare the food, that is comes under the salts only. Just take one example for acid. Take your vinegar. Okay, take your vinegar and touch it to your tongue. Okay, how you feel? You feel like a sour, because that vinegar contains the substance that is acid. Yes or no? Yes, of course, that contains acid. Then take your soap. Okay, soap or detergents, or any detergents, shampoos, whatever you take, touch it to your tongue. It feel like a bitter, because it contains the base, and your table salt is comes under the salt only. And not only that, vinegar, take your citric acid, means take your lemon or any citrus fruit, those all comes under your acids. Yes, and the baking soda or washing soda, whatever the washing soda you take, and whatever the baking soda means, your what you call thinnu soda pudi, that is nothing also, that is nothing but a base. Okay, and the other substance which are formed from the mixing of acids and base, that is salt. Okay, these are the rough definition. These are the definition based on the taste. Okay, acids which taste as a sour, base with the substance which are bitter, and salt which is formed from acids or base, and which taste like a salty. Yes, then the next topic, that is indicators for testing the acids and the base. Okay, depending on, by using the indicator, we will test which one is acid or which one is a base. Okay, by testing also we will classify. But when we not able to taste, because some are harmful to taste, we will not able to taste the every substance. Because of that, by using the indicators, we will classify or we will test the substance as a acid or a base. Okay, then what it means indicator? Generally we will call it as a acid base indicators. Indicator means which indicates this one is an acid or this one is a base, by showing the some substance, by showing some properties, or by showing some color. Okay, when you add any substance, either it may be acid or either it may be base, when you add the substance to the indicator, there will be a change in some properties, there will be a change in some color. By using those color, by identifying those color, we will classify this one is comes under acid and this one is comes under the base. The common property. Okay, there are many substances which show one character property, such as the color and the smell. Okay, whatever the substance you take, it shows some color or it shows some smell. Depending on the color, depending on the smell, we will classify this is a acid, and this one is a base. And I already told, just take a one simple example before going to the definition of indicator. Before going to the indicator, just take a this one is an indicator. Okay, initially this indicator having the green, light green color. Okay, this is indicator, you take it as an indicator, either paper or any substance, this one is an indicator. But when you drop your substance, either it may be acid or base, the indicator changes its color to some other color. Okay, this is the initial color of your indicator, but when you add your substance, either it may be acid or base, there will be a change in the color. Just take from green to orange, it changes from green to orange by using the change in color. Okay, not only the orange, it may be turns to red, it may be turns to black, blue, or anything. Depending on that color, we will classify this is acid, this one is a base. Okay, this is the identification of the acid and base depending on the color. And not only this one, depending on the smell also. Okay, just take our onion, if it contains acid. Okay, depending on the smell, when you add any acid to that onion, the smell is continuously discharged. Okay, we will study that in further classes. Okay, just before that, just concentrate on this one. Okay, then depending on the color also, we will identify, depending on the color produced, depending on the color change, we will classify the acid base, we will classify as a acid and base. Then what you mean by indicator? Then an indicator is a dye. Dye means this is a color. Okay, an indicator is a dye that changes its color. Means indicator is initially the dye. Dye means that is color. Initially it has some color. Your indicator, it initially has some color, but it changes its color. Okay, when it changes its color, when you drop acid or base. Okay, for, to any indicator it contains some color. When you add acid or base, it changes its initial color. Okay, initial color from that to some other color. By observing that color, we will identify or we will classify as a acid or base. Because of that, an indicator is nothing but an indicator is a dye that changes its color when it is dropped into an acid or base. This is the definition of your acid. Sorry, this is the definition of your indicators. Yes. Now we will classify the indicators based on two type. Okay, based on two type. The first one, that is, yes, we will classify the indicator. We will name the indicator, or we will identify the acid and base by using the two way. One is the indicator showing different color. Okay, the first property of indicator we can classify as the indicator which showing the different color in acidic or basic medium. Okay, by observing change in color, we will classify acid and base. Okay, acids having, in acidic medium the substance having the different color, in basic medium the substance having different color. Because of that, by observing what different color in acidic or basic medium, we will also use the indicator. Okay, then the another one, that is the indicator showing the different odor. Okay, by using the different odor in acidic or basic medium, some substance having the different odor in acidic medium, some having the different odor in basic medium. Hence the another one, the way of classification, that is indicator showing the different odor in acidic or basic medium. Okay, now we will discuss it one by one. Yes, the first way of classification, that is indicator showing different color in acidic and basic medium. Okay, by observing the change in color in acidic medium, basic medium, we will classify this one is acid and this one is a base. Okay, in that some are natural indicators, some are synthetic indicators. Okay, we will also prepare the indicators in lab, and some are naturally occurred. Okay, in that the first one, that is the first topic, that is natural indicators. The natural indicators which are prepared from the fruits, from the plant leaf, or in some other which are naturally occurring. Then the first indicator, the first natural indicator, that is nothing but litmus. This is most common, most widely used indicator in the laboratory. Okay, till till nowadays. Okay, in nowadays also means in every day we will use the litmus paper in our lab. This litmus is a natural indicator, because the litmus is obtained from the plant, that is lichen. Okay, this litmus paper is obtained from the plant, that is lichen plant. Okay, from the lichen plant we will obtain the paper, that is litmus paper. Okay, initially the color of this lichen is purple in color. Okay, initial color of this is purple. Okay, the color of this lichen is purple in nature, but for our convenience, okay, for our convenience, we will change this purple color into some other color, that is nothing but the two color, those are nothing but blue litmus, blue litmus, and one more is a red litmus. Right, litmus. Okay, then the first natural indicator, that is litmus. Okay, this litmus is a solution or a paper. Okay, we will use it as a litmus as a solution or a paper. Okay, this litmus is prepared from the plant, that is lichen. That lichen is initially in the purple color. for our convenience to identify the acid and base, we will change this purple color into two paper or two solution. One is a blue litmus and another one is red litmus. Okay, now how to identify the acid and how to identify the base, now we will study. So now the way of classification of acids or base. We have two paper, one is a blue litmus and another one is red litmus. Okay, now take a red litmus. Okay, now take a red litmus paper. Okay, now add one substance. Okay, one substance to the red litmus paper. This one is a red litmus paper. Okay, when you add a substance A, when you add the substance A, the color of lead litmus paper is going to change from red to blue. What? Red to blue. Blue litmus. Red litmus to blue means initially you have the red litmus paper. When you add a substance A, we don't know either A is a acid or base. Okay, we are using the red litmus paper. When you add the substance A, if the red litmus paper is changes from red to blue, then the given substance A, is definitely the base. Okay, water, then the given substance A is a base, or this is present in a basic medium. Means when the red litmus paper is turns from red to blue, then the given substance is what, base, or the given substance is present in basic medium. Okay, now take one more substance, that is B. Take one more substance, that is B. When you add B to red litmus paper, when you add B to red litmus paper, the red litmus paper is not changes its color to blue. It stay as a red only. Then the given substance is acid only. Okay. If the red litmus paper is turns to blue, then the given substance is base or the given substance is acid. Now take the next one. Okay, in the first we discuss when you have a substance, that is A. When you add substance A to the red litmus paper, it turns from red to blue. Then A is a base or A is present in basic medium. Now take one more substance, that is C. Okay, when you add C to blue litmus paper, okay, when you add C to blue litmus paper, if blue litmus paper turns from blue to red, then C is acid, or it is present in acidic medium. Okay, I hope no confusion with you. Just clearly observe. You have the substance C. When initially we don't know either C is acid or base, but when you add C to blue litmus paper, this blue litmus paper turns from blue to red. Then the given substance C is a acid. Okay, consider as. Now tell me, if the litmus paper color is changes from red to blue, if the color of litmus paper is changes from red to blue, then the given substance is what? Then the given substance is yes, of course, the given substance is base. If the red litmus is turns to blue, then the given substance is base. Then if the blue litmus is changes to red, the color of blue litmus is changes to red, then the given substance is nothing but a acid. Okay, just take a litmus paper, add any substance. If the red litmus is changes to blue, then the given substance is base. If blue is changes to red, then the given substance is acid. Okay, and then if the red litmus paper remains as a red, what it indicates? If yes, when you add any substance to red litmus, if it turns to blue, then this one is a base. If it not changes its color to blue, it remains as a red, then that is nothing but a acid. Okay, if it changes to blue, then the given substance is base. If it not changes to blue, then that substance is acid only. Then if blue changes to red, then that is acid. Okay, but blue remains as a blue. When you add any substance to blue litmus paper, it not changes blue to red, then it remains as a blue, then the given substance is a base only. Okay, because of that, in acidic medium, means in acid or in acidic medium, the litmus paper is the color of litmus paper is what? The in acidic medium, the color of litmus paper is red only. Okay, then in basic medium, the color of litmus paper is nothing but blue. Okay, in it is blue only. The color of litmus paper is blue. In acidic medium, the color of litmus paper is red. In basic medium, color of litmus paper is blue. Okay, because of that, if red changes to blue, that is base. If blue changes to red, that is acid. If red remains as a red, then that is acid. If blue remains as a blue, that is base. Just take one example now. Okay, just take one example. You have water, your lemon juice. Okay, lemon juice. Okay. You have lemon juice. Just take a blue litmus. Okay, just take this blue litmus. You have this blue litmus paper. Okay, when you add the lemon juice on blue litmus paper, yes, it changes its color to red. Okay, when you have the blue litmus paper, when you add the lemon juice, it changes from blue to red. Then the lemon juice is what? The lemon juice is, of course, this is a acid. Yes or no? Because the color changes from blue to red. If you have the red litmus paper, you don't have the blue litmus, you have the red litmus paper. Okay, when you add the lemon juice on the red litmus paper, it not changes its color. It not changes any its color, because what is the color of acidic medium? That is red only. Because of that, when you add lemon juice on blue color, it changes to red. Then this red, if you observe red color, then your lemon juice is what? The acid. Okay, if you are using the red litmus paper, it not changes its color, it remains as a red only. Okay, now take another example, that is your soap. Okay, one substance, that is soap. Okay, when you have the red litmus paper, okay, just observe, you have red litmus paper and the substance is soap. When you have the soap, add this soap to the red litmus paper. Okay, yes, when you add soap to the red litmus paper, it changes its color from red to blue. Means you have the red litmus paper, when you add soap to the red litmus paper, it changes from red to blue. Then if it changes from red to blue, then the given substance is base. Because of that, the soap is nothing but this is base. This happens when you add soap to the red litmus paper. If you add this soap to the blue litmus paper, what happens? When you add the soap to the blue litmus paper, its color is not going to change, because the color of base in the color of litmus paper in basic medium, that is blue only. Because of that, when you add soap to the red litmus paper, it changes to blue. Now observing this blue color, we will confirm the soap is base. When you add lemon juice to blue litmus paper, it changes to red. By observing this red color, we will confirm the lemon juice is acid. Okay, this is all about today's class. In next class, I will explain some other examples and some other natural indicators and synthetic indicators, and one more, the indicator giving the different odor. Okay, we will discuss those all in next class. I hope you understand today's class, and I will send the remaining notes of first chapter today or tomorrow. Complete the first chapter notes and complete all questions, and after that you will start the second chapter notes. Okay, thank you so much.